What's up, everybody? I love saying that because, like, it implies that more than just, like, 5 or 6 people watched this. But anyway, I'm on my way to my friend Steve's house. Yes, I'm in my car again. Yes, I'm driving to a friend's house. I figure from this point forward I have to do this in regards to some word in the sentence that I speak at least once a video. Otherwise, I'm not truly fulfilled as a human being. I'm driving down 101, going just outside of San Francisco to my friend Steve's place, who I don't deal with very often. Excuse me, I just got done eating something. Fast food. And you wonder why I'm so out of shape. Anyway, so I started recording something, and then I went into the drive-thru, and then I decided I'd just stop. Though I did want to record my trip to the drive-thru because of the fact that it made me think about something I've always wanted to record. And I've said this before, I don't know if I said it in a video you guys have seen or not, but it's like when you go through the drive-thru of a fast food restaurant, the fast food restaurants that you go to tend to have pretty standard menus. I will use McDonald's as an example, because McDonald's is universally known. If you guys have ever been through a McDonald's fast food restaurant drive-thru, then you know that when you look at the menu, it's pretty much the same. Yeah, occasionally they'll have a specialty sandwich or a meal deal or whatever, but for all intents and purposes, it's pretty much the same. It's pretty much hamburgers, cheeseburgers, Big Mac, quarter pounder cheese, chicken sandwiches. You know, there's like about 8 or 9 things on their menu. It's really not that expensive. And when you go to a fast food restaurant like McDonald's, you pretty much have an idea that you want a burger or you want a Big Mac because you have a knack for a Big Mac or what have you. So why is it that these people that go through the fucking drive-thru, when they get to the menu, it takes them 25 minutes to decide? Like there's some hidden section to the menu that reveals that actually it's McFilet McMignon. You know, I mean, what the fuck? Really? Hey, could you not get in my thanks, ass? Fuck. Sorry. I'm driving and I'm recording, that should tell you something. Yeah, you know, they go to the menu, they look at the menu, and then they sit there for 20 minutes. You know, all you want to do is get a damn cheeseburger and be on your way. But no. You know, the connoisseur of fast food is sitting in front of you, contemplating the decisions, because this is a life-affecting decision right here. If I go with the cheeseburger, then I will be hungry later on. But if I go with the hamburger, I won't be getting my daily source of calcium through the cheese slice. I mean, people just gotta slap them. You really fucking do. Look, pick your goddamn burger, be on your way. I'm not here to fucking wait for you to make a dissertation on the benefits of getting the cheeseburger versus the goddamn chicken sandwich. Move along. I'm hungry and have somewhere I need to be. Anyway, okay, so it's really hot in the California Bay Area perspective of hot. I grew up on the East Coast, so when I say hot, it's not relative, at least to that. Because in the Bay Area, the people around here are really, really fucked up in their concept of what hot and cold is. I live in the Bay Area, as I've said 3 or 4 or 5,000 times in the last 2 sentences. And the people that live here that are natural-born Bay Area people are not used to weather. It's the one complaint you'll hear people from outside of the state have about coming to California is there's no such thing as weather here. It's either warm or it's not. You know, it's like fall is not really a season. Summer is not really a season except that it's hot. Winter is just sort of like a brisk fall. You know, it's not really, you don't see snow. You don't watch the leaves fall off the trees and change colors. I mean, it's not the same. Let me give you an example of my personal experience of the average Californian as seen through the eyes of someone who recently moved to California from Philadelphia. I've been living in California for about 10 to 11 years now, and I'm still not adjusted, and I don't think I ever will be. I'm not going to be a Californian. I'm a freak, this is true, thus I was exiled to California. But I am not a natural-born Californian. I don't have the capacity to be a Californian because I just can't be that kind of person. I'm not laid back enough, I'm not casual enough, I'm not enough of a flake to truly fit in. But then again, I didn't fit in on the East Coast either because I wasn't, you know, willing to conform or fall into a particular stereotype so that I could fit into society all that well. So I'm what you would call you know, from a coast to coast. I am a continental reject. Okay, so I'm working for a place called the Park Theater, which is an independent movie house owned by the Landmark Theater Corporation, if you guys have ever heard of a Landmark Theater. They're the ones that show all the independent films, Sense and Sensibility, and movies like from Jane Austen and all those things that you're not going to see in the normal movie house. You're going to have to actually go to an independent theater to see independent films. I was working as the box person. The box person is the ticket taker. It's the guy that sells the tickets. Yeah, the in business, and I have to do it again because it's the finger quotes. The in business term is box person, just like the counter person or the person that sells candy is called a concessionaire. I was working as a box person, and the way that the theater is set up is that they've got the box person who's out in a little pod in front of the main doors. Then you come into the lobby, and then the concession stand is there, and they've got two sets of doors on either side of the concession stand that lead into the theater. The Park Theater was unique because it was the largest silver screen in North America. Silver screens aren't made anymore. All the screens that you see now are a different material, but the silver screen is a specific material, a specific type of screen that a lot of the old school movie houses used to have. If you ever heard "Seen on the Silver Screen," that's what it comes from, because it's actually a chemical. I think some of them actually had silver nitrate in them. I'm not sure though. Anyway, this was the last one in North America, and it was huge. This place used to actually be a theater house. It seated 900 people, 887 people sat in this theater to watch movies. It was pretty cool. I mean, it was a little run down. The place was built with chicken wire and paper mache because it was designed to stand the earthquakes. So literally, if you went up into the walls, you'd have like the coating that was over it. It's not drywall. It's like they took spackle and just made walls with it, and then behind that you could see the chicken wire. I'm not kidding. Anyway, so I'm working as the box person. The concessionaires go into the movie theater to clean up from the previous showing. So the way that it works is that I come out of the box, I stand in the concession area. That way, somebody's watching the concession area in case, there's a straggler or something, so that nobody can take candy or steal. I'm standing there, and there's a knock at the front door. It's a customer, and I walk over and I'm like, "Hi, sir, what can I do for you?" And he asked me, when the tickets were going to be ready to be sold, and I said, "In a few minutes, sir. The concessionaires are currently in the theater, getting the theater prepared for the next showing. If you just be patient and wait outside, sir, I'll be happy to come out and sell tickets to you." And he goes, "Okay," and he closes the door and he goes back, and I just go back to standing behind the counter. About 3 minutes later, the guy knocks again. I'm like, "Okay," so I walk out and I'm like, "What can I do for you, sir?" He goes, "Yeah, it's kind of cold out here. Can we come inside and wait?" I said, "No, sir, I'm afraid I can't. It's just me, and there's several of you out there. We need to have, more than one person behind the counter before we can let anyone in the theater. But I promise, sir, people will be done in just a second. If you just please have patience with us, we'll get you those tickets as soon as possible." So the guy sort of grumbles and the door closes. 5 minutes later, he knocks on the door again. Now, I'm saying 5 minutes because, Jesus, how long does it take to clean a theater? I'm saying this because I'm trying to give this guy a little bit more credit than he deserves, because literally it was like every 30 seconds this guy would knock on the fucking door again. Some time passes, he knocks on the door again. I come back to the door, "What can I do for you?" "Listen, it's really cold outside, and we really just want to come inside." And I said, "Sir, I understand that, and I apologize. Listen, I will let the concessionaires know that they need to hurry up, but really I can't let you into the theater." Then this guy tries to give me attitude. And he says, "Well, if we were in, a Century Theater, they'd let us inside." And I said, "Yes, sir. A Century Theater has about 5 staff behind the concession counter at a time. Since it's just me, you're going to have to wait outside. Thanks." So finally the concessionaires come in, and I'm grumbling to myself because this guy basically pissed me off. Had I not been working, I would have told him off. But instead, so get this. This is all what this story leads up to. I opened the door to go outside to sell this fuck tickets. Now, remember, ladies and gentlemen, up to this point, this guy has complained and complained and complained about how cold it is outside. It's literally 68 degrees outside. Okay, but in the Bay Area, that's like, muffler weather. And I'm not kidding. I've seen people with gloves and fat jackets and a fucking scarf and earplugs, and it's been 65 degrees outside, and they're wearing that. Anyway, I go out to the ticket booth to sell this guy tickets. I get outside the door. I couldn't see him before. I just looked at him from the shoulders up because he was sort of leaning in the door. I get outside. This stupid fuck is wearing shorts. Shorts! You're telling me how fucking cold it is? Why don't you go home and get a pair of pants, you stupid fuck? He was wearing a pair of shorts. If it's so cold, perhaps you should run in place. You got jogging pants on, or jogging shorts, you fucking nimrod. That is my personal experience with the California mentality of what it is like to be cold. It has to be 72 degrees, or it's too hot if it's above 72, or it's too cold if it's below 72. Like 72 degrees is the perfect weather around here, and if it isn't 72, somebody's going to complain. It just disturbs me. And the sad thing is that living in this weather, which is pretty much a predictable thing, it doesn't get too hot, it doesn't get too cold, I've become a wuss. You know, I remember when there was cold chill factor warnings that came onto the news that said, they gave you warnings about frostbite. Cover it up or you'll lose it. That's negative 15 degrees and another fucking negative 20 for the wind chill factor, dropping it to negative 55. That's the kind of cold weather I'm used to. I'm used to temperatures being up 110, 112 in the summer, not 80, which is what the Bay Area is like, man. It rarely gets around to like 1 something. Rarely. So that's my experience in the Bay Area as far as weather is concerned. If you ever do decide to come out to the Bay Area, it's a wonderful place as far as, it's beautiful, the weather's nice, you can find some really